Hello. I am not able to hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear me now. Is the audio and the video clear?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, Rehan. So we have to start chemistry class 11, chapter number 1.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So first tell me, do you want to start from the basics with which the chapter starts? That is the matter, classification of matter, then significant figures and units and dimension, all those things. Or do you want to start
Hmm.
from the main chemistry?
I would like to start from the basics.
Okay, let us start from the basic. Also, tell me in which of the language are you comfortable? Are you comfortable in English only or in English and Urdu both?
I don't speak Urdu. I speak Malayalam. I'm from Kerala.
Oh, okay, you're from Kerala, so you'll be only comfortable in English. Got
English.
it. Okay, so let us start. Uh, uh, see, since we have moved from class 10th to class 11th, so chemistry will be a little more deep. So before starting chemistry, if someone is saying we are going to study chemistry, what does comes in your mind? What are we going to study in chemistry?
Like chemical equation, chemical bonding, carbon,
Yes,
hydrocarbon.
yes, exactly. We will be studying chemical bonding. How are two elements bonding? How is the structure of that thing which we are going to study in chemistry? All these things are covered in chemistry only. Okay. So before
Yes.
starting that, we'll study what is matter. Okay, Acha, give me a minute. I'll open the NCRT so that any of the topic does not get missed. Yes. So
Okay.
what NCRT does it in the first chapter at the first page, it explains what is chemistry, what is its use in daily life, and how basically what how was it developed. So that is of not or not of any use. Just for general knowledge, chemistry in daily life is used in like when we are using detergent, usme bhi chemistry is using. We are using any drug, for example, any of the drug, paracetamol or anything you are using, that is made from chemistry only. And also if we are boiling water or anything, but basically chemistry is involved in our daily to daily life. So in the first
Yeah.
2 pages it is explained this only. Now
Okay.
uh, starting with the main chemistry, we'll be studying first what is matter, right? So we already know, you might already know anything that occupies space and has a volume, anything that has a volume and has a mass, that is matter, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So base that is matter. Matter ki basic definition is that. Now what we do is we classify matter into physical aspect and chemical aspect. When we are
Okay.
classifying matter in physically, for example, we have a thing called matter and we are classifying it in physical aspect. So we'll classify is at solid,
It occupies space.
liquid and gases, right?
Yes. Yes.
And when we'll classify it on chemical basis, we'll classify it as mixtures and pure substances. Okay? So first let us study how are we classifying matter into physical aspects. So in physical aspects, we'll be classifying it solid, liquid, and gas. And the properties of solid, liquid, and gas, you might be known to them. That's in solid, it has a very constricting packing, like intermolecular
Yeah.
force is very much, there is very much intermolecular space, very low intermolecular spaces, they cannot be compressed, right?
Yes. Yes. And
And
attraction between the molecules are very strong.
yes, exactly. Intermolecular forces are that only. The molecules, intermolecular forces, दो molecules के बीच, the force between the two molecules are very strong. If I'm talking about solid is one extreme, then gas is another extreme. Like gases may,
Yes.
there is very much, very low intermolecular force and very much
And that
intermolecular spacing. Yes, tell me,
that
attraction.
And the attraction between the molecules are also less between liquid as well as gases.
Yes, yes. So if like the maximum force is in solid, then in liquid, and very much in
Then gas.
very less in
Yeah.
gas. Yes, yes. That's all we have to study about solid, liquid, and gases, right? Okay.
Okay.
ठीक है. So, and also if we talk about shape, the solids have a definite shape. Liquid do not have a definite shape, but they have a definite volume. And gases,
Volume.
at the last, they do not have definite shape, nor they have a definite volume, right?
Volume. Yes.
Yes. Also, one thing is that these solid, liquid, and gas, these states of matter are interconvertible, right? If we,
Yes.
for example, if I have to convert a solid into a liquid, I'll heat it. For example, take the example of ice. If ice is a solid and I have to convert it into liquid, I'll heat that ice and it will convert into liquid. And if I further heat that liquid, it will be converted into gas,
Gas.
right? And if I cool
Yes.
the gas, it will be converted into liquid. And if I cool the liquid, it will be again converted into ice. So these are interconvertible. Okay? So that's all for solid, liquid, gas. Let us move to classification of matter on the basis of chemical
Chemical.
chemistry. So in chemically, if we classify matter, we'll be classifying as mixture and pure substances. So from mixture name only, you can see there will be something other than a pure thing, right?
Uh,
For example,
yes. Yes.
if we are talking about pure
Water.
substances, yes, water. For example, if I'm talking about pure substances, so pure substances may whatever the constituent particles will be present, they'll be having same chemical nature, right?
Yes.
For like if I'm talking about glucose, so glucose may yeah leave glucose. If I'm talking about water, so water may hydrogen and oxygen both are will be in the same chemical nature, right? उसी के like that only we are talking about gold, silver, copper. All these are pure substances because their constituent particles they are having same chemical nature. ठीक?
Okay.
And on the other hand, if we mix two pure substances, we'll get a mixture. ठीक?
Yes.
Yes. अच्छा. Uh, uh, pure substances of the particles of pure substances they are called constituent particles, and the constituents of mixture we don't call them constituent particle, we call them components, right? The two
Yes.
or
Yes.
yes, two or more components mix, two or more
Together
components
to
form
form.
mix. Yes, together form mixture. Very good. Now if we classify okay, mixtures are clear. Now we have classified mixture into two categories. One is homogeneous mixture and the other is heterogeneous mixture,
Heterogeneous.
right? Yes.
Yes.
So do you know anything about homogeneous mixture?
Yeah. One is like only pure substance, and one is mixture
Yeah,
of
yeah.
them.
Like for example, no, not that. Pure substances. See, if pure substances is mixed, two or more pure substances are mixed, they'll be mixture. Now, what I'm saying is, in homogeneous mixture, what happens? The constituent are very
Like
uh,
fully mixed. Yeah.
yes, exactly, uniformly distributed into each other. For example, if I'm talking about a tea, talking about a cup of tea. So in cup of tea, if I'm saying I take a drop of tea from here, or I take a drop of tea from the spot number two, the constituent in those, the components in that drop will be same. Like the
Yes.
milk, the sugar, the tea leaves, all will be uniform in the
Equal.
whole mug, right?
Okay.
So that is homogeneous mixture. On the other hand, if I'm talking about heterogeneous mixture, to heterogeneous mixture, what happens? Like for example, I'm talking about a mixture of salt and water. Sorry, sugar,
Yes.
sand and water. So you'll see the sand will be deposited at the bottom of the container, and the water will be left at the top. So it is not a
Yeah.
homogeneous mixture. The constituents are not uniformly
Mixed.
mixed into each other, right? So that is a,
Yes.
a heterogeneous mixture. Also, we can easily separate heterogeneous mixture by physical methods like filtration, hand picking, crystallization, distillation, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all for the mixtures and homogeneous and
Okay.
heterogeneous mixture. Now we'll also classify pure substances, which is of our use in chemistry. We'll classify pure substances as elements and compounds.
Please
Elements
wait 1 minute.
and compound, right?
Yes.
Now, elements क्या होंगे? Elements are those pure substances which are made up of only one type of atom. Okay? So what is atom? Atom we'll study abhi as we'll move
Tiny
further in the
particles.
chapter.
Uh,
Yeah, tiny particles, which cannot be, which, acha, abhi, theek hai, okay. Elements are tiny particles, yes. So they'll contain same type of tiny particles. Okay? On the other hand, if we are talking about components, sorry, in compound, if we're talking about compounds, so compounds
the
may there
mixture
be
of
more, yes,
two
which two or
or
more
more elements.
elements. Very good. So for example, if I'm telling an example of elements, it will be carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen. And on the other hand, if I'm talking about compound, it can be water, NaCl, or
CL.
CO2, right?
Yes.
So these are pure substances and compounds. Okay. Now
Okay.
we are done with matter, their classification, all these things. And compounds are, when are compounds made? Actually, remember one thing, compounds are made only when two or more atoms combine in a fixed ratio, definite ratio. For example, if I'm saying I have to form a water as a compound, so two hydrogen and one oxygen is fixed. Okay.
Mm. Okay.
If I have to form carbon dioxide, so one carbon and two oxygen, it is fixed that if one carbon and two oxygen will combine, then only carbon dioxide is made. If this ratio, yeah, if this definite ratio is disturbed, so some other compound will be formed, not carbon dioxide will be formed, right?
Yes.
So that's all for the classification of matter. So are we clear on this topic?
Yeah. I'm
Then
very
moving
much
to,
clear.
yes, then moving to next topic. The next topic is the physical and chemical properties of matter, the properties of matter and their measurement. How we'll measure their properties and how we will measure it, or how we classify it. See, in chemistry, we'll be focusing on chemical properties only, but there are certain physical properties also. For example, if I'm talking about physical properties, so physical properties will be color, odor, melting points, boiling point, densities. All these are physical properties. And how can I
Physical.
say that these are physical properties? See, remember, in order to calculate physical properties, you need not to do any change in the composition of the matter. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Like, for example, on the other hand, if I have to measure chemical properties, which I'm saying, for example, is a acidity. Okay? To
Mm.
measure the acidity of a compound, what I have to do, I have to do some certain chemical reactions. And due to chemical
Yes.
reaction, the constituent of atom, which will be there in the matter, that will change. Obviously, there will be some change. So
Yes.
the basic difference between physical properties and chemical properties is that in order to measure physical properties, you need not to do any change in the composition, but in physical properties, to measure it, a chemical reaction is required. Okay. So
Okay. Okay.
can you now name any of the physical properties other than acidity?
Like.
Yes.
Mm,
Think of any chemical reaction, for example, combustion. If I have to measure the if I have to measure the rate of combustion of any substance, I'll burn it in the presence of oxygen. So
yeah.
its chemical constituent will change. First, it was a compound, then it will change into ash.
Yes.
Chemical composition is
Magnesium
changed.
ribbon.
Yes, magnesium ribbon. You burn magnesium ribbon. So, pale it was magnesium, then it is converted into ash. So its
Yeah.
chemical constituent
Magnesium
is
oxide.
changed. Yes,
Yes. Okay.
yes. So the chemical constituent is changed, since so combustion is a chemical property. Okay.
Chemical. Okay.
Yes. So see, chemical, to measure chemical properties, there are several ways, many things. Jo will be studying in whole chemistry, but to measure physical properties, we have certain rules. And what are the rules made of? That rules are made from the international system of units. Like we have some units, or we have some you can say scientific investigation is required, right? See,
IUPAC.
no, IUPAC is for chemistry, and international
Oh,
system of units is for physical quantities, length,
oh,
mass.
SI units,
Yes,
standard
SI
units.
units. Yes, standard units. That is for physical quantities. Okay,
Okay,
and
okay.
that IUPAC thing, that is for naming and
Those
all
two.
those things, for chemical properties. Okay, so
Okay,
agar if I'm talking about physical properties, so I'll follow the rules that are made from international system of units. Achha, chemical properties are also measured. For example, if I have to measure the amount of substance, so I'll use mole, and mole is a SI unit which is measured, which is developed from the international system of unit only. Okay,
yes,
don't get confused. So first we'll be measuring the physical quantities, physical properties. Okay, so
okay.
many physical properties such as length, area, they are quantitative measure. What is the difference between quantitative measure and qualitative measure? Quantitative measure may we'll be getting some certain numerical values, right?
Mm. Alright, yeah,
And yeah, and in qualitative measure there will be just a comparison. ठीक? So quantitative measure के लिए we need some units. Like for example, if I'm saying the length of this room is 6, so you can't relate what is 6. Now if I'm saying the length of the room is 6 meter, now you can imagine how much the big room is. So in order
yes.
to measure something quantitatively, we must need a unit. So that unit is developed by international system of units. And what that system has done, that system has given us seven fundamental, yes, seven basic units, from which we have developed certain derived units. Acha, what are those seven? Do you know, or do I need to tell you?
7 units, like, yeah, I know. Uh,
Yes.
kg, centimeter.
No.
Um,
See, no, that's not. We have, see, okay, I'm explaining you. We have seven fundamental units. What are those fundamental units? Like, they are developed from the international system of units only. ठीक है, उसको base unit कहते हैं. And from that base unit, we derive certain, we take certain derived units. For example, what are those seven units? First let me tell those seven units, and then you can relate why I am taking talk saying that is a base unit and that is derived unit. See, seven base units, that is of length, okay, mass,
time.
time, yes, electric current, tick, we have temperature, thermodynamic temperature, we have amount of substance, and we have luminous intensity. See, these are seven unit intensity. ठीक? These are the units which are given by that system of units. ठीक? And
Yes,
by these system of units, we have derived certain other units. So these iske units, what is the SI unit for length? It is meter.
meter,
ठीक? For mass, it is
kg,
kg. For time,
seconds,
seconds. Very good. For electric current,
ampere,
ampere. Very good. For temperature,
Celsius or Fahrenheit.
no, not Celsius, not Fahrenheit. The SI unit for temperature is Kelvin. Okay, remember
Oh,
that. Whenever in any chemistry or physics, whenever you are using any formula, we will put the value of temperature in Kelvin only. And what is the conversion unit? 273 Kelvin. 1 degree Celsius is equals to 273 Kelvin. Okay, so if I have to convert degrees Celsius into Kelvin, I'll simply, for example, if I'm saying 25 degrees Celsius and I have to convert it into Kelvin, what I'll do is
like
273
add
plus, yeah, I'll add up 25 to this Celsius unit, and it will be converted into Kelvin. So if I'm saying I'm doing a chemical reaction at room temperature, and I have to put that temperature into some formula. So I'll not put 25 degree, I'll put 300 Kelvin. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Then we have amount of substance. It is exclusively for chemistry, that is mole. And then we have luminous intensity. Luminous intensity is something is burning, and that intensity, flame of a candle, right? That is used in
Okay.
candela. Okay? So these are the 7 fundamental units. Now, for example, imagine I'm saying that I want to know the SI unit for speed. So, do you know what is the SI unit for speed?
Um, Feet
It's
and
a meter per second, right?
second.
Yes.
Yes.
And how now why I am saying that these are fundamental units and speed is a derived unit? See, what is the formula of speed? Formula of speed is distance divided
Distance
by
by
time.
time.
And distance is also one of the 7 base unit, and time is also one of the base unit. So I can say meter divided by second, right? That's why I'm
Yes.
saying that these are 7 base units with which all the other units are derived. Okay.
Okay.
Some of the units are used so much that we have given a name. For example, if I'm saying the amount of charge, the amount of charge unit is coulomb, but coulomb is basically what? Ampere per second. It is not a base unit, it is a derived unit. For see, current kya? What is current? Current is basically the number of charges passing through a point in 1
By
second,
time. Yeah,
right?
1 second.
In 1 second. So I can say current I is charge passing per second. Okay? And I have to see the
Mm.
unit of Q. The unit of Q will be I multiplied by T, right? Like current
Okay.
multiplied by time. And what is the unit for current? The unit for current is ampere, and time is second. So coulomb is basically nothing. It is ampere second. But since it is a very you can say widely used unit, so usko we have given us a different name, that is coulomb, on the name of a scientist. ठीक?
Okay.
So are we clear what is base unit and what are derived units?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Now the next topic is we are clear with the base units and derived units, right? Then we have a table in which the definition of those units are given. That is not much of use. Our basic thing is that only. Achha, we have some prefixes which are used in SI system, and you must learn those conversion. For example, see, let me share the screen rather than writing.
Okay.
This is the table with what I'm talking about. It's given in NCRT, if you can see that. This is the table, right? So in this table, if you can see, let me zoom it. Okay. So basically what is there in this table, what we have to do is we have certain conversions. What is that conversion? See, if we have a base unit, for example, if we have a meter and I have to convert it into nanometer, what I'll do, I'll multiply it by 10 raised to the power 9. Check. See,
Okay.
nanometer
Mm.
has 10 raised to the power 9. So you must learn that if you have a nanometer and you have to convert it into meter, it will be multiplied by 10 raised to the power minus 9, right? So see, I'm telling you
Okay.
what are the important units which we will be needing. We'll be needing nanometers, we'll be needing micro, we'll be needing milli, centi you might already know. Also learn about, yes, angstrom is also one of the unit. Angstrom is basically 10 raised to the power minus 10. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Acha. Then we have giga, tera, zeta. Okay, learn about kilo. Kilo is 10 raised to the power 3. You might already know this because it is a kilo, mega. Okay, these are the some
Okay.
of the conversion that you must learn, because it will, as you move forward in chemistry or in physics, these conversions are very common. Okay, so rather than every time seeing this table, if we learn that, it will be easy for us. And also in exam also, you won't be given this table, you have to do it by yourself only. Okay, so what I was telling you to do is, see, for example, question comes like this, ki, I have, for example, a question is saying that I have uh, 15 microgram of sodium and find its mole. जो भी अभी will study आगे. So to find the mole, we must know the weight in grams. ठीक? So first we will have to convert this micrograms into grams. So what I'll do, I'll think of how much 1 gram is equals to microgram. It will be 10 raised to the power 6. So it will be converted as 15 into 10 raised to the power minus 6 grams. Okay, so that's why I'm saying these types of questions are being asked. So we must know the conversion units. Okay.
Mm.
Yes.
Okay.
Then okay. Then after these conversion units, why are we converting it? Because all the calculations, all the formulas, they are developed on the basis of the base units, or you can say the SI unit. Okay. So anything, if we are putting any value in our formula, it is necessary to put it into SI unit. And there are 90% of the time that the values in our question, they are not given in SI unit. Okay, so we have to first
Okay.
convert it into SI units. And why is SI unit developed? Actually, do you know why was SI unit developed?
To bring
To
a
have,
standard measurement,
yes,
like,
exactly. Yes, exactly. Because people at different places, they were using different values. For example, if
yeah.
I'm here, I might say that I have a scale which is 10 feet long, and you have some other unit. For example, you are saying that you have a scale that is 10-meter long. Now we cannot compare that those two units, right? Every uh, country would have, yeah, every region would have their different units, so it will be
Yes.
difficult to compare. So to normalize this, to uniform this thing, SI standard system of units has said कि this are the standard units and all have to use these units only. ठीक है, आप अपने ऊपर whatever you can use any units with yourself, but if you are reporting something, you will use the SI unit only. ठीक? Okay. Then
Okay.
after that, the topic which we have to study is mass and weight. Very easy topic. Mass is the amount of matter that is present inside something, right? For example, if I'm saying I have a box, okay, so whatever the matter will be present inside this box, that is its mass,
Mass.
right? And now if I add the force of gravity to this mass, it will be converted into weight. So basically what, weight is the force with which the earth attracts us, right? And
Yeah.
mass is the
Yes.
amount of substance that is inside the,
Inside an object.
yes, very good. Okay. Then we have, acha, now mass, we know that mass ka unit is kg, right? And what is gravity? Gravity is basically acceleration, right?
Yeah.
So uski
Downward
unit,
acceleration.
yes, uski unit is meter per second square. So what is the unit for weight? Weight ki unit will be kg, meter per second square, जिसको we call Newton. Okay, so basically weight is a, so what we measure on weighing scale, that is weight, that does not comes in kg, that is Newton, but we measure it in kg only.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Then we have a volume. Volume क्या होता है? Volume is the amount of space that is there in the substance, right? 3D. And if I'm talking about volume, so volume is basically a cube of length, right? Length multiplied by length multiplied by length. Any length, be it height or depth or anything. So what is the SI unit for length? It is meter. So SI unit
Meter.
for volume will be meter cube. Again, volume is a derived unit.
Okay.
Okay. Now, since we know that mass ki unit is kg and the volume ki unit is meter cube, we can easily find the definition for density and its volume. What is density? Density is basically the ratio of mass to volume, right? So density is ratio of mass to volume, which is kg per meter cube, right?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Okay. Then we have now seen what is density. What is, then we have something called temperature, right? So temperature, you will already know. Temperature is basically the amount of heat, yeah, amount of whatever thing that is around us, right? Acha.
Yeah.
There are three scales to measure temperature: degree Fahrenheit, degree Celsius, degree Fahrenheit, degree Celsius, and Kelvin. And Kelvin is the SI unit. But then also, the widely used thing is a degree Celsius only. So we must
Yeah.
learn the conversion thing. The conversion thing is that Kelvin is equals to degree Celsius plus 273. The precise value is 273.15, but 0.15 is very smaller unit, so we ignore it. We only convert Kelvin into degree Celsius by this formula. Okay. Also, we have a conversion of degree Fahrenheit to. So degree Fahrenheit is equals to 9 by 5 times degree Celsius plus 32. Okay.
Okay.
These are the two conversion formula which might be needed while doing the calculations. Okay? So basically what this chapter is doing, the first part of this chapter is basically getting us ready to solve Agni chemistry. Okay? In order to make our coming chemistry easier, this chapter is teaching some basics so that we can easily solve those questions. Okay? Acha, also, Rehan, we have, I think our class was scheduled from 7:30. We have 15 minutes left in this class. I have to take your diagnostic test. So what I'll be doing is I'll be sharing the screen, and on that screen you'll get 5 questions. Okay. You
Okay.
have to solve that 5 questions in 20 minutes, or if you want to take 5-10 minutes extra, you can take it. And you have to tell me the answer. I'll mark the answer and I'll report it to the team. Okay. So up to there, it
Okay.
was our trial class, and then we have a diagnostic test. Okay. These are basically 5 questions. You take your time, solve these questions, and then tell me the answer. I'm right here only. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Are you able to do it, Rehan?
Yes.
Okay. Are you done, Rehan? No.
Hello.
You're done?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So please tell me the answers. Yes, please tell me the answer for question number one.
BaSO4,
Very good. Then ammonium hydroxide.
NH4OH,
Ammonium chloride, aluminium chloride.
AlCl2.
AlCl2. No, it will be